Hello, welcome all. This is Shivasagar S. We are going to talk about India's military expenditure stance now, currently. So, what has happened here is, see, due to the recent incidents that took place, especially our retaliation, strong retaliation, that is Operation Sindoor, there has been an increase in India's military expenditure. Okay, so you can see that it has increased almost to $86.1 billion. Okay, and the unprecedented boost which has taken place here has resulted in nothing but good for India. So, what has happened here? Compared to last 12 years, you can see there is a 9.53% of increase in India's military spending. Okay, so it is reflecting the private sector participation, innovation, and our indigenous manufacturing sector also providing a lot of drones, arms and ammunitions which are robust for our Indian defense in order to retaliate against all potential threats from neighboring countries or from different external threats. So, the budget, in addition to that, yesterday they have confirmed that there is going to be 50,000 crores that are going to be allocated in order to increase the new weapons, production of new weapons, ammunitions, technology, and this supplementary budget may be approved during the winter session, where that is what the sources were actually trying to entail, and at the same point of time those funds are going to be used by armed forces for the requirements, essential procurements, and at the same point of time we are going to do a lot of innovation with most of the impetus being provided to research and development activities. Recent developments that we have talked about, you can see that 50,000 crores that has been spent here has also been highlighted by different sources of news, and at the same point of time yesterday, this week has been a good week for our Indian defense system, as we also had tested the Bhargavastra, that is the India's indigenous system that counter attacks all those drones. Okay, so of course it is a reliable one. I mean, it reduces the escalating threat of drone swarms that are being done by the potential enemies, okay, against us. And of course, in terms of production, that is the cost minimizing counter drone system that is being produced. The name Bhargavastra talks about our Indian Hindu mythology. You have Saptarshi. Out of those Saptarshi, there is one sage called Brigu. Okay, Brigu. His powerful arsenal contained this weapon called Bhargavastra. Even we have all those inscriptions and holy scriptures such as Ramayana, Mahabharata have also given detail about Bhargavastra, which talks about powerful weapon. Okay, so it is an arsenal which used to destroy the enemies, and there are many kinds of reference from our holy epics also, and this has been a cost effective and reliable source of counter drone system. Okay, so it is being tested recently at Gopalpur, Odisha, and they have fired at the seaward firing range, which showcased the success of this particular counter drone system. And Indian Defence Research Wing also have given consolidated opinion that it is an exportable good, and it also spurs exports from different countries, because the indigenous manufacturing system in India, of course, has made this weapon much more robust and potentially dangerous for the enemies, especially the drones. Okay, it was launched by, of course, you know that SDAL, Solar Defense and Aerospace Limited. This is that one organization which is under India had developed and designed this cost minimizing drone system. Okay. When it comes to exports, the Modi government has significantly increased the exports around mostly 12%. Okay, 12% of defense weapons. That is, you can see during 2013-14 tenure, the exports of defense goods was around 685 crores, but now you can see it has significantly increased to 23,622 crores. Mostly it is contributed by the private sector manufacturing units, and you have government defense public sector units also contributing 8,389 crores of exports, that is of defense weapons and arms and ammunitions, and private sector contributing the most, okay, almost twice of what defense public sector units are contributing here, almost 15,500 crore. That is exactly, if we are speaking, that is 15,233 crore exports of defense goods, that is especially the arms and ammunitions, jets and drones and missiles, and also matter of fact there are other arms and ammunitions as well. Okay, of course the physical boost which we are referring to here would also spur the private industries and also defense public sector units in order to increase the production of manufacturing goods, and they may find our goods more affordable. They, in the sense we are talking about those less developed countries and those countries potential trading partners whom we have a good bilateral relationship with and we are good in terms with, might also export. Okay, so sometimes what happens, due to recent scenarios, we have come to a conclusion that sometimes to achieve peace, war becomes the means. Okay, so world only makes sense when you force it to. So this has resulted in India, who was actually supporting disarmament, as now resorted to increase their defense expenditure, because we are not an aggressor, we have never been an aggressor, but due to certain incidents which have taken place have made us to be a befitting retaliator against enemies. Of course, the export details, we export fighter jets, Tejas, tanks like Arjun, warships like INS Vikrant, and of course BrahMos, Akash, Agni. And you might have heard about these names because these both missiles were the reason that we retaliated against Pakistan, and we gave a befitting reply by attacking 9 terrorist bases. Okay, so this BrahMos and Akash have strengthened and fortified our Indian defense system to a major extent as of now, and we have exported a lot, that is like 12%, which I have already recited, and 30-fold increase in the total exports. And Ministry of Defense have also aims to achieve around 1.75 lakh crore by 2025. At the end of 2029, we do have a goal, that is to achieve the production of defense goods around 3 lakh crores. Okay, and to promote PPP, what do I mean by PPP? Public private partnership, that is called PPP. License have also been given to private companies. You have Tata and you have Adani defense companies and different kinds of companies who have been encouraged in order to produce defense goods and increase the exports. Okay, of course, increasing the exports adds value to our balance of payment account, which talks about our international economic transaction with rest of the world. It could be countries or institutions, or with some intergovernmental organization. If we export more, ultimately results in increasing in the foreign exchange reserves. Okay, so right away, and like I've already said, this boosts physical boost of almost 50,000 crore, which is an impetus provided by the government. All those progressive taxation which the government has collected has been rightly used now, I guess. So they have initiated this thing in order to increase the exports and also produce for our self-sufficiency also, and to export to the less developed countries and potential trading partners. Okay, and of course the Modi government's Make in India and also what do we call Atmanirbhar Bharat also have played a vital role and a pivotal role in terms of increasing the production. Since we talked about defense public sector units, we have DRDO and we have HAL and of course HAL and BEL. All three public sector units have manufactured a lot of defense goods, arms, ammunitions and fighter jets, and also different kinds of vehicles, defense vehicles. In addition to that, you have Tata Mahindra and Adani Defense Company. They have also skyrocketed their production, and there are other major companies of private sectors. Since our economy focuses on having a good partnership with private sector, so government private sector participation, like I've said, PPP, public private partnership, which actually resonates a healthy mixed economy. Even though we are partially a mixed economy, our healthy mixed economy factor involves in defense partnerships. Public sector also doing a supporting role by deregulating all those hindrance for private sector and help them to smoothen the production of defense goods. So you see the import details. Stockholm International Peace Research Institute has given the report in which they have spoken about the import details of India. So we are aware of the fact that Russia and us, we do maintain a what kind of relationship, that is an healthy and harmonious relationship that we maintain with Russia. So that is why there is almost 62% of defense imports that are being imported, defense imports that are being done by India from Russia. And you can see France is giving us 11% of their defense goods in the form of imports, and ultimately have 10% from USA. And of course Russia gives us S-400 air defense system, which have shown in the picture, S-400, and of course Rafale fighter jets, that is from France. And now we can see that indigenous production, that is domestic production of defense goods, have skyrocketed a bit, and they have increased in such a way that 11% of decline in exports have taken place in India. So reflecting a greater emphasis on domestic production. Make in India initiative, which also talks about self-reliance of Indian private companies, as well as defense of public sector units, also playing a vital role in reducing the import levels. So drastically declining to 11%, that's a great achievement in terms of not depending on a particular country for a defense ammunition or different kinds of weapons. Thank you for understanding this, and we of course have to salute the soldiers. Thanks for listening this video. Jai Hind.